The yogi is deemed greater than body discipline ascetics, greater even than the followers of the path of wisdom or the path of action. Be thou, O Arjuna, a yogi. Bhagavad Gita, chapter 6, stanza 46. A yogi is considered greater than a body disciplining ascetics or anybody. So these words are actually stated by Lord Krishna in Bhagavad Gita, chapter 6, stanza 46. So coming to the main topic. So who is a yogi? So nowadays we see that people are considering themselves as almost everybody says that I am yogi. Oh, I am this yogi. I am that yogi. So we hear a lot of stuffs like this, like I am a yogi. So lot of stuffs. So but who exactly is the person is called a yogi? Who exactly is called a yogi? So on a narrower version, we can say that anyone who practices yoga is called a yogi. A question may come to your mind. Then what's yoga? So what is yoga? A larger definition of a yoga means like this. The one who performs an action which is his duty without depending on the result of the action. He is a monk and a yogi, but not so in who does not keep a fire and is actionless. So this is the stanza from the 6th chapter Bhagavad Gita, stanza 1 of chapter 6 Bhagavad Gita. So here Lord explains that the one who actually performs his actions as his duty by one who is not bothered by the result of the action is considered a sannyasi or a yogi. And Lord also warns here that, which we call this as nishkama karma, and Lord also warns us that anyone who does not perform his action, who does not perform his duties or actions, is not a yogi. So we have to perform actions. So this is the broader definition as per the Bhagavad Gita, who can be called as a yogi. So this is basically also given in Karma Yoga. This we call it as Karma Yogi. So this is actually the definition of a Karma Yogi. Also, there are Gnana Yogi, the one who pursues wisdom as his soul and performs the actions accordingly, is called a Gnana Yogi or Sankhya Yogi. So also, a little bit narrower version of that is anyone who performs Astanga Yoga and maintains his regular duties and performs actions with the goal of appeasing the Lord can be called as a yogi. So what is Astanga Yoga? For this we are going to actually make a detailed video on the 8 elements of the Astanga Yoga as prescribed in chapter 6 of Bhagavad Gita. These are further very well given explained by Maharshi Patanjali in his Patanjali Yoga Sutras. So which we are definitely going to make a video on this. But as of now, there are 8 elements like yamas, niyamas, asana, dharana, dhyana, pranayama, pratyahara, dhyana and samadhi. So these are the 8 elements that constitutes Astanga Yoga. Angas means elements. So these elements are given in Astanga Yoga in the 6th chapter of Bhagavad Gita. So coming to that, so this explains that who exactly is a yogi. So it's not like someone who performs these yogasanas, now it has become like that. Everybody will say that oh, I perform yoga, so that's why I'm a yogi. No, it's not. Now although asanas are a part of Astanga Yoga, but that doesn't mean that asanas itself is yoga. So yoga basically comes down to the basic thing that maintains balance. The one who is regulated in each and every action is called a yogi. So who is a sannyasi? Although previously we saw that who exactly is a sannyasi as given in Bhagavad Gita. But Acharya Madhva in his Gita Tatparya Nirnaya, he has given a broader definition of who exactly is a sannyasi. So it says that a sage or a sannyasi is who doesn't hate anybody and loves everybody and loves the divinity within everybody, and the one who always worships the Lord within him as well as the Lord present everywhere is called a sannyasi or a sage. So there is a specific thing here. I mean, the Lord present everywhere. So this is actually supported by Ishavasya Upanishad. The very first sloka says that Ishavasyam idam sarvam yatkincha jagatyam jagat tena tyaktena bhunjitaha magradaha kasya siddhanaha. So this sloka supports that Lord is present within each and every creature as well as a non-living thing and everywhere in this chain of metaverses. So this is exactly a broader definition of sannyasi as given by Acharya Madhva. Coming to how does a yogi interprets humanity and how does he worship the divinity within as well as everywhere. So this, how he worships the divinity within is, there are various other prospects. I mean, there are two types of where he worships the divinity within as well as outside. Although that has been already explained in the previous slokas, but now there are two types of worshipping God. One thing is pratikopasakaha and apratikopasakaha. So pratikopasakaha are someone who worships the God in the form of idols or in the form of temples or any sort of physical things. So they perform Deva Puja, like by chanting various suktas and various other things, they perform that. But apratikopasakaha are the ones who actually find the God within themselves. Normally you can see these persons like in the form of meditative state, where they will be worshipping where they will be worshipping the divinity within themselves. They will be constantly focusing on the Lord present within themselves. So this things are there are two types of this. Accordingly your guru will advise. It can be pratikopasakaha, it can be pratikopasane or pratikopasana or apratikopasana. So based upon your soul's history and various karmic layers, karmic bonds and various things, your guru will advise accordingly. Coming to that, what's the yogi's way of what's the yogi's way of embracing humanity? So one thing, basically a yogi considers each and every person. Now this has already been explained in the previous sloka, but still, now a yogi will see the divinity within himself as well as divinity everywhere. He considers each and every person as the children of God and as a reflection of the Paramatma or the Lord himself. So this is actually supported by Shloka 18 of chapter 6 of Bhagavad Gita, which says that Vidya Vinaya Sampanne Brahmane Gavihastini Shunichaiva Shwapake cha Panditaha Samadarshinaha. So the translation of this shloka is as follows: the truly learned with the eyes of divine knowledge see with equal or one vision a Brahmin, a cow, an elephant, a dog, and a dog eater. Now we should if we go deeper into this, now how can we see every person as one? So this actually necessitates the explanation by a learned guru. See, one thing we see that can we consider everybody as one and say that even a prime minister is also equal and also a criminal is also an equal? Do you think it is practical? Can we consider prime minister or any learned scholar or anybody and also highly notorious criminal as one? But there is one thing that my guru explains, is that the one actually denotes Lord Vishnu. This actually is propounded in Vishnu Sahasranama. There is a shloka stating that Eko Naika Sah Kahkim. So Eko Naikaha, Eko Na Ekaha. So Vishnu is considered as one. So a yogi here actually looks at the Vishnu present in each and every creature, present in each and everything. So this is actually the deeper meaning of this shloka. Coming to different types of yogis, like basically broadly we can classify a yogi into two types. Although there are different stages in yogi's life, but an apprentice yogi, as per the chapter 6 of Bhagavad Gita, is called yoga rurukshuhu. So, and a master yogi, the one who has ascended completely, is actually called a yoga rudaha. So these are the two main broad types of yogis. So coming to that, coming to the previous shloka, how can a man see only the God within everybody? So it's a very interesting question. This can actually be attained when one person achieves the state of asampragnata samadhi. Coming to that eighth element of Astanga yoga, which is Samadhi, there are two types of Samadhi: Sampragnata Samadhi and Asampragnata Samadhi. Asampragnata Samadhi it's actually the pinnacle state of Samadhi, where your third eye along with the other chakras would have got opened, and basically at that time, that person will be, would have completely lost his self. His existence would have got completely purified, and at that time, as per the explanation given in the previous shloka, he will be able to see only the God all the time. But a step lesser to this state is called Sampragnata Samadhi. So Sampragnata Samadhi can be attained by understanding deeper meanings of the Vedic scriptures, or wisdom, or understanding the wisdom. One can attain Sampragnata Samadhi, but Asampragnata Samadhi, there is a cliche. There is a catch here. So Asampragnata Samadhi can't be attained by everybody. This state can only be attained by proper long hours and years together of meditation and sadhanas. Can enable a person to attain Asampragnata Samadhi. So these two stages, apart from this, it's not the end of a yogi's journey. There is another stage called Brahma Bhutaha, which is even more. A yogi will be actually, able to see, apart from his, psychic abilities, he will be actually able to see the Lord everywhere, and he will be rigorously worshipping the Lord like anything. This stage is actually just one stage before Brahma Nirvana. So Brahma Nirvana is actually the stage where a yogi experiences the bliss of moksha, or the salvation, while still he stays in the human form. So this stage is called Brahma Bhutaha. So apart from this stage, there is another one stage that is completely the moksha, where a yogi will live his his prana, or his life, and his soul will completely leave the body through Sahasra Chakra, and ultimately he reaches the pinnacle of cosmos. So these are the stages of Samadhi, as well as a journey of a yogi. Hope this inspires you. Thank you so much.